my name is Amanda, also known as Ketoginja. I lost over 100 pounds in less than a year eating a ketogenic diet. Now my specialty is taking comfort foods that used to run my life and turn them into low carb comfort foods. So I'm able to eat all of my favorite foods, but still keeping them sugar-free and within my keto lifestyle. Today we're doing Christmas cookies. You guys have been asking, and here I am to make my most favorite Christmas cookie of all time. It's a thumbprint cookie using a little bit of a sugar-free strawberry jelly. It's one of the easiest cookies to make. You can shape it to any holiday. I make them for Easter, I make them for Christmas. They're just absolutely delicious. They look like beautiful little pieces of stained glass, and I just love making them. I've definitely made them before on the channel, but I love to show you guys whenever I repeat a recipe just to remind you that it didn't just go good once. I can still make them. This is a super easy recipe and it uses all common ingredients. So if you've ever made a keto cookie recipe and had a fail, this will totally be your redeemer. So here's what you need to get started. A 1/4 cup of softened butter, 2 ounces of cream cheese, also softened, 1 large egg white, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. This is also a recipe that you can add additional flavor extracts to change up the flavor a little bit. I'm going with the sugar butter cookie from 1-on-1 Flavors because it's my favorite for these. Also need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and then 3 cups of almond flour. Keto-friendly sweetener of your choice. Today I'm using the monk fruit stevia allulose blend. This is by the company High Key. Now I'm going to be honest with you. The amount of sweetener that you choose to use is flexible. If you like things sweeter, go with 3/4 of a cup. If you don't want them quite so sweet, I would do a 1/2 cup. And then this is the sugar-free jelly that I'm using. This is from Walmart. Yes, it uses Splenda. No, that is not ideal, but I like the way it tastes, so don't keto police me, bro. My beloved treats bowl is out just in time for the holidays. I love this thing. It's massive. You definitely want a big bowl. Into a large mixing bowl, we will add the softened cream cheese, the butter, and the sweetener. We are going to beat this on low until it's nice and fluffy and kind of smooth. It will start to get fluffy and it will get pale in color, just like if you were to whip up butter and sugar to make a regular cookie recipe. That's why I really like this sweetener. It really does act like sugar when you're baking, but hand mixer or stand mixer is very important or you will be here for an eternity. So beat it on low. Next, we add the 1/4 teaspoon of salt, the egg white, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, oopsie, give or take. And if you decided to use any additional flavor extracts, this would be the time to add that as well. I'm doing about 16 drops of the 1-on-1 Flavors in the sugar butter cookie. Now we blend again until it's nice and fluffy and all incorporated. All right, now it's time for the almond flour. Now what I have found that works best, even though it's a little bit tedious, is to add the almond flour in and mix it a 1/2 cup at a time. 3 cups, you'll do this 6 times. So 1/2 cup goes in, we'll blend it on low. It doesn't have to be fully perfectly mixed each time. You just want to add a little bit at a time and mix it in gradually. Halfway through, you'll see it's starting to turn into a dough. Last one. Okay, the dough is done. Now it'll definitely still be like a more wet dough than what you're used to working with, but you know it's ready when it starts to stick together. Should still be crumbly though, that's normal. The dough is done. I'm going to pop this bowl into the refrigerator for about 10 minutes, let it get nice and chilled before I start to scoop it out. This is a really good time to preheat your oven to 350 degrees and line a very large cooking sheet with parchment paper. This makes a good amount of cookies. In the fridge. All right, my dough has been chilling for right around 10 minutes. Now I am going to scoop them out into individual little balls. Now, the scoop that I have, I believe is a tablespoon, but I overfill them, so it's about a tablespoon and a half of dough if you are the measuring type. So I roll it in my hands. I give it an initial little press so it's cookie shaped, and then I place it onto the parchment paper. The dough is not super fragile. I like that it bakes and has these cute little cracks in it. I just think it's so rustic. All right, so flatten them out into a cookie. You get the scoop. See what I did there? You get the scoop. Next, we're gonna make little divots in the center of each cookie. Sometimes you have to hold the cookie or reform it a little bit after you make the divot, but like I said, the cracks are cute. You can use your finger if you wish, but I find the back of a spoon works really great too. This little mermaid spoon that my aunt sent me is the perfect job for this. It's the cutest little mermaid. So this is about, I would say, close to a half a teaspoon per cookie of jelly of your choice. There's a lot of different variations that you could do with this cookie. I'm gonna give you a couple examples while I fill them up. You could do a peanut butter and jelly version. So you could add a little bit of peanut butter or nut butter to the center before you did the jelly. You could add a little bit of cream cheese before you do the jelly. Then it's like a strawberry cheesecake thumbprint cookie. These would also probably be really awesome with chocolate or maybe some walnuts and some homemade caramel. You really can get creative with these, and when you make different flavors, they look beautiful on a plate. These are gonna go into a 350-degree oven for anywhere, really broad cooking time, so don't hate me, anywhere from 8 to 12 minutes. It just depends on your oven and how thick you made them. So the cooking time will vary, just, you know your oven. You'll know they're done because the jelly kind of starts to go more clear and they'll start to brown around the edges. "11 minutes later and they are absolutely perfect. I like mine a little more on the done side. Oh, that one's a heart. Give them a little while to cool. Put them on your prettiest platter and marvel at how easy and beautiful they are. I totally deserve to eat one for all my hard work. They're so good. They kind of have like a shortbread texture. They're really good. Don't forget the cooking times vary. This is going to be very oven specific. I can't wait to hear what you guys think of them and how you mix up the recipe. That's all there is to it. I hope you guys make them and love them just as much as we do. I know that Dan will be super stoked when he gets home, and I have a batch of thumbprint cookies. Don't forget to go over and like us on Facebook and join our Facebook community, Ketoginja Kitchen. We would be so happy to have you as a part of our little community. I hope that you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you really soon.